So this one is kind of a no-brainer. I don't understand what the problem is these days with rigging out your system, at least with a monitor. I mean, the monitor that is on most cameras these days, really tiny, really small. You can't see very much. But a lot of people find it cumbersome just to put a monitor on their camera, whether you have a cage or you're building out a full rig or anything like that. But it's much more proficient and functional to not only one, be able to see what you're doing better on say a 5-inch screen at least, but you got all the built-in features that your camera may not have. So another big thing is, why are you wasting money on SD cards when you have so much more capability in one single device? And that device is this, the Ninja V from Atomos. Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Neil here, and thank you for coming back. If you are new here, I appreciate you stopping by to look at the video. If you're not new here, I still appreciate you very much. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and try to do so. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps me out and helps the channel out so I can do more videos for you. So let's talk about why you should stop spending so much money on SD cards. It's real easy. The prices. Whether you get a V60 card or a V90 card, those cards cost money for a decent speed as far as reading write goes. So if you're doing video and you're just using your little monitor that's on your camera, most of those monitors aren't great, aren't necessarily going to give you what you need to see. Your camera, like the one I'm filming on now, the A7 IV, doesn't give me the features that I need. So whether you have a Sony, a Canon, a Panasonic, etc., it typically won't give you as many features, not even the big thing that I want to talk about, but it won't give you as many features as, say, this Ninja V here. And the reason why is because this is really a good tool for filmmakers. Not only do you get a bigger screen, but you get things built in like waveform and vector scopes and critical focus, where you can magnify into the image to make sure you have it in focus if you're doing manual focus. You also have the ability to load your own preview LUTs on here, so that way you can see what your final image is going to look like. It also has the capability of audio. You can put several different audio channels into this to go ahead and record your audio on board too. But here's the main thing. A good V60 card, say 120 gigabytes, is going to cost you, let's say 40 to 50 bucks. 256, 512, 1 terabyte, forget about it. The main reason why you should stop buying SD cards is because of this. This right here. This is a 1 terabyte SSD and it costs 45 bucks. I mean, where can you get a 1 terabyte memory card that is going to write as fast and read as fast and store as much? Well, if you get a 1 terabyte, that fixes that problem. But read and write speeds of said SSD. So, I think you guys should really think about it. I know the Ninja itself costs money, but right now, especially since the new Ninja models came out, you can find these brand new for $399. Slap an NPF battery on it, which costs maybe 20, 30 bucks. Get an SSD, which is $45 for 1 terabyte. The caddies come with it. And the reason why this is cool is for a number of reasons, besides the fact that you don't have to have cards laying around, losing cards, buying all these cards. I mean, it's going to be pretty hard to just lose, this component right here with your SSD in it. And for the amount that you can spend for, say, maybe a 256 gigabyte V60 card, 2 of them, you can have 2 of these SSD 1 terabytes, which is going to give you 2 terabytes in total, obviously. And it's going to be much more capacity for your filmmaking and your video production needs. So besides all the features that the Ninja packs in it, I'm talking merely really about storage, guys. Just having that capability to do storage. The Atomos Ninja V, as I ran down, has all kind of tools in it. False color exposure, zebras, which I think is going to be more accurate versus what some of the cameras can do, waveform, RGB, vector scope, focus magnification, loading your own LUTs into it. Overall, it's worth the $399 investment. I think anyone who does video production and is serious about it, if you can afford it and it is in your budget, $399, $20 battery, $45 SSD, 1 terabyte to start, is definitely a better way to go than buying SD cards. Another thing, for instance, some cameras like this one, the Sony FX30, the Ninja V allows you to step up your data and your codec level by being able to record ProRes RAW into the Ninja V from an FX30. Now there's other cameras that can do that as well, but I'm just giving you this camera as an example since I'm the one that has it. And this is currently the one that I have right now. So I would greatly consider getting an Atomos Ninja V, because all in all, you may have, I don't know, maybe about 500 bucks in it, but the screen, the resolution, the capabilities, the codecs that it has in it besides ProRes RAW, you can do ProRes 422, ProRes HQ, ProRes LT, and sometimes depending on your camera, that's going to give you more data to play with in post, push your colors, you know, be able to color correct and, you know, do more things in post-production besides the features that it has built in, besides the fact that you won't have to worry about buying a bunch of SD cards, 1 terabyte. Like, how can you not want that for 45 bucks plus all the features that the Ninja has on top of it? I know there's tons of videos that's been done about the Atomos Ninja V, but just from my perspective, I do use SD cards, but this is much more functional for me. I don't care if it's a little rig like this, if it's a big rig, if I have it on a gimbal, I'm going to use the Ninja V, especially when I'm trying to monitor my picture correctly, and that's really one of the most important things. You know, if you're running and gunning, say you're doing documentary style work or wedding work or something that's just busy and it requires you to go, wouldn't you like to know that your image is being monitored properly? And that way you can see that on a much bigger screen and use the tools that is in this to be able to make sure that you're going to go back to your computer, sit down and edit, and it actually looks the way you intended when you shot it. So that's really all I just wanted to talk about today, guys. Ninja V, great pickup. If you do video content of any sort, whether it's YouTube or you do it for commercial work or documentary stuff or whatever the case may be, I would consider getting this instead of wasting your money on a bunch of SD cards. Granted, I still use SD cards. You need them, especially if you don't have the need to, you know, have a project that you're going to take up a bunch of room on. Yeah, it's fine. It's nimble. You can just pop it in. You don't have to worry about a monitor. You don't have to worry about rigging it out, even with a small rig like this. But you know, if you plan to shoot for an hour, 2 hours, you know, or more at a time, it'd be real nice to be able to do that on a $45 1 terabyte SSD drive. So hopefully this helped you. Hopefully that you will consider buying a Ninja V. If you do, there's a link in the description below. I think it's a really functional piece of hardware that all us videographers, filmmakers, whatever you want to call us, should have in their arsenal. So if you have any questions, leave them below. Tell me what you think. If you have the Atomos Ninja V already, if you're thinking about buying one, if you have any questions that maybe I can answer for you, let me know in the comments. So until the next video, be kind, stay safe, and I'll see you.